a dream, the John Lennon of the streets. I'm MJ with the N1, I feel like Malcolm with the M1. I'm at the window when you haters, don't make me jump out the window when you haters. Locked and loaded, I feel like I'm loaded, let's beloved. Roll with the punches, yeah, I'm gonna play the hand that I was dealt. Number one focus is to remain focused. Can't worry about shit I can't change like a well. Hold up, I know what it's like to fail. Hold up, I already been through hell. Yeah, I was built for all this shit that I've been through. I'm going through and what I will.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and misery bots of all ages. It's Jamel back again with another video. But before we get into this video, if you like that intro, if you like that music intro, check out the descriptions below for that SoundCloud, that Adrian Rockstar SoundCloud. Check out the descriptions below. Check out that song. That song is fire. The full version of that song is fire. Check out his other songs as well. Let's get into the video. Now, I am actually going to watch this video. I've already watched it like one time already, but I'm going to go ahead and watch it again and kind of, you know, go over and further explain the cameo fighters that and you know, just kind of correct some of the misinformation I have put out in regards to the cameo fighters. I'm going to be watching PNDK&M. That is Ketchup and Mustard's channel. For those who don't know, Ketchup and Mustard are triple OG Mortal Kombat players. They definitely competed in tournaments for particularly like MK1 I remember them from. But they were competing in tournaments prior to that as well. They, for the most part now, they tend to do like announcer. They tend to be more announcers for a lot of the Mortal Kombat tournaments and stuff like that. They have a really good channel here with this K&M channel, both Ketchup and Mustard, where they kind of explain and break down fighting games, particularly Mortal Kombat for the most part, NetherRealm games for the most part. They tend to break down, even give out story information in regards to characters and certain NetherRealm video games in the past and stuff like that. Break down the tournament scenes in the past compared to how they are now and stuff like that. They do good work. Definitely check out their channel. Highly recommend it. Ketchup and Mustard. Funny fact, their names are from NetherRealm games, Mortal Kombat games. Ketchup being somebody who enjoyed playing Sector. Mustard was somebody who enjoyed playing Cyrax. Sector is more of a ketchup red. Cyrax was more of a mustard yellow, and that's where they kind of got their names from. So just an interesting fun fact. Now let's get into the video. I'm gonna be stopping every now and then too to kind of explain further what they were saying, but definitely check out their channel. Also like and subscribe. Get it.
Quick disclaimer. Thank you very much to Warner Bros. UK for inviting us to Summer Game Fest to capture an early look at Mortal Kombat 1. Everything you are about to see is pre-release and subject to change, so please keep that in mind in today's Mortal Kombat overview. Every game has a core mechanic that makes it stand out from the rest in the series, and Mortal Kombat 1 is no exception. The one feature that makes this game stand alone is the Kameo Fighter system, the ability to bring in a second character separate from the base roster.
That combo right there just kind of shows what you can do with the Kameo system in terms of extending combos
to assist you in combat with varying tool sets, whether it's to make a throw game stronger, to grant you a stronger projectile game, or to assist greatly in combo potential. It appears that the Kameo fighters across the board have almost any tool that you might need, and that's only judging from the 3 Kameo fighters available in the Summer Game Fest build.
So they only had 3 cameos available to them: Sonya, Jax, and Kano. With that, they were able to detain a lot of information in regards to the Kameo system in this particular game, in terms of being able to extend combos, combo enders, you know, just tricks in allowing for safe pressure where otherwise you wouldn't have safe pressure. Just meterless combos as well too. So they were able to like really dig deep into this game. So shout outs to everybody who went and was able to provide this amazing gameplay.
The cool thing is, with a broader understanding of Kameo fighters and how they
That was dope. He just comboed into ground ice, then hit him with an overhead. By the way, Sub-Zero has 50-50s in this game. Sub-Zero's had 50-50s in this game. So if you hated Sub-Zero, Kuali Yang Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 11, you're going to hate Bihan Sub-Zero. Probably even worse.
Work on a technical level, watching things like the gameplay debut trailer has allowed us now to see them in a different light, and the theory crafting has already begun in how a player could use certain characters to their advantage. This is Mortal Kombat 1 Explained, where we tell you everything you need to know about the Kameo fighters and the mechanics that come with them. For now, at least. Selecting a Kameo fighter is simple. Once you've
Not gonna lie, yo. Liu Kang's intro, I fucks with Fire Guy Liu Kang, bro. Like, his intro is lit, bro. The way he comes in with that dragon, my man. If he wasn't already cocky before, the man has a cockiness to his humbleness. That's crazy. He has a cockiness to his humbleness. I love it. I fucking love it.
picked your base character, you enter a second character select screen where a player can choose their cameo. In this build, we had access to Sonya.
So here we can see the 3 that they're talking about, but there is several other empty slots. So let's count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. It's going to be at least 16 cameo characters. Now, if we go back a little bit,
Simple. Once
we can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 24 on top of, what did I say, 18?
access to Sonya,
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 24 on top of 16. So about 40 potential characters that you can have access to in Mortal Kombat 1. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculously high just for a starting roster. Like, they're going to add more to this game. Just more base characters as well as cameo characters. Right off rip, we got 40 in total with 24 base and 16 cameo. That's crazy. Just to put things in perspective, like Street Fighter 6 only has like 18 characters, I want to say. I think it's only like 18 characters in Street Fighter 6. Off rip, Mortal Kombat 1 is giving you 24 base characters you can play with. That's already like 6 more characters than Street Fighter already lets you play with. And then you're going to have an extra 16 characters on top of that. Let's get it. Which are going to help in combo extensions, combo starters probably, combo enders, just wake up attacks, all that stuff. So let's get it.
Kano, and Jax. But in the gameplay debut trailer, we've already seen others confirmed. Characters like Goro or Striker, and even base characters doubling up as cameo as well, like Kung Lao or Sub-Zero. Now that's not to say that current cameo fighters won't be base roster, of course, but I'm simply going by what we've seen so far. Activating a cameo in the match itself is done at the touch of a button. In the build we played, cameo was R1 on a PlayStation controller, and pressing the R1 button standalone, pressing it with a forward or back input, or pressing it while holding down will grant you 3 different kind of attacks, exclusive to that character.
So that is a little bit different than I thought it was going to be. In my other video where I was talking about the assist characters from Mortal Kombat 11, they come out a little different. With the assist characters in Mortal Kombat 11, you have 4 different moves that they can do, whereas in Mortal Kombat 1, it seems they dumbed it down to 3, unfortunately. In Mortal Kombat 11, you actually use the right analog stick to call them out, and depending on the direction of the right analog stick dictated the move that they do in Mortal Kombat 11 that the assist characters do. So like up might be a projectile, forward might be a combo string, down might be a different projectile or special move and stuff like that. So in this particular game, it's actually tied to the R1 button, which in Mortal Kombat 11 was the enhance button. That was the button you would do to enhance your moves, if I remember correctly. Why am I forgetting what button you need to do to enhance? I'm pretty sure it was R1, because R2 was the block. So in this, the enhance button is actually the assist character button. Now you have to either hold forward, back, or down, or just not hold anything in order to dictate the move that the assist character does. I don't know if I like that very much. I think the way they had the assist characters in Mortal Kombat 11 might have been a little bit better. Only because, like, if I'm in the middle of a combo string that requires me to kind of hold forward or press forward, and I need to call out my assist character, but I need my assist character to just do the regular R1 button move, that can be very difficult in a combo string, because I would then have to quickly stop or let go of the forward button, potentially dropping my combo to then call out the assist so they can do the move I need the assist to do in order to continue the combo, or just press down. Like, because there's some combos that maybe start with like forward 4-3 or something like that. But what if I need to press forward 4 and then have the assist character come out at that precise moment to do maybe down R1 or something like that? I don't know how it is just yet. I haven't played the game. I'm just spectating like how it's going to work. So like I'm pretty sure they did it like that to make it easier for combos. So maybe certain assist moves will not interfere with certain combo strings, but we'll see. We'll see.
As a quick demonstration, Jax's unblockable ground pound is performed by R1 standalone. Forward or back into R1 is his air grab attack, which will move further or closer to you depending on which direction you're holding. And finally, holding down an R1 is Jax's close range energy wave. All three of these specials will grant a different kind of utility, where Jax can provide combo follow-ups, a scary pressure game due to the ground pound, or other utility with the close range wave that I'm covering shortly. This extends to the other Kameo fighters, where what they offer changes once again. It is very much a character-by-character deal here, where you'll look at what your base character can do, see what might be missing, and try to fill that with a Kameo that provides what you're looking for.
Okay, so that actually, which we kind of already figured, but that adds a lot of depth to this game. So the Kameo characters it's not only just one note. They're not just combo extenders or combo enders or pressure assist and stuff like that. But they add depth in the sense that each Kameo character are going to be vastly different from each other. So you're really going to have to lab this game to the point where you're picking a certain character and picking a Kameo character that not just best fits your character, but best fits your playstyle with that character. So big difference. Instead of it's not like certain games like maybe a Dragon Ball Fighters where most people would pick like like Bardock or Vegeta because they're like just great assist character no matter what characters you have. No, it seems like the assist characters are going to complement certain characters a little bit better than other characters, and just certain play styles a little bit better. So yeah, that's gonna add a lot of depth. So you might have the same characters, but depending on your cameos with that characters, the playstyles might vary drastically. So that's actually pretty interesting.
Or, on the opposite end, you might just want to make something you already do well even better. The choice is yours. Cameos are their own separate resource. Next to your character icon, you will notice the Kameo fighter is right next to it, with an indicator over how much Kameo you have access to. Performing a Kameo attack will spend half of this meter, and the meter will regenerate on its own as the move has been performed. This means that at round start, the player will have access to 2 Kameo attacks before having to wait for the meter to recharge. However, the moment half of this is full, another Kameo can be used, so it's not a situation where the bar has to be totally full before the player has access to it once again.
I like that. I like the fact that you can use them at least twice. I like the fact that it is on like a bar thing. It's regenning, kind of how like your bar would regen in Mortal Kombat 11. That's fitting due to the fact that the Kameo fighters are kind of sort of replacing that bar for some reason. Like for the most part, they're kind of replacing that in a sense. So they're the ones refilling instead of your bar. And I like the fact that you have at least two. And I like the fact that the bar doesn't need to be full for you to be able to use them again. I do like that.
The recharge timer is pretty generous, so it's clear that the idea is to use these cameos often, as they are a major part of any given match.
Major part.
Cameo fighters do have their limitations. You are unable to use a cameo fighter attack if you are currently being hit or in block stun. Additionally, you
Okay, so that's actually pretty cool. So you can't just be calling out cameo characters all willy-nilly to save you out of certain predicaments. Unless, obviously, if you're using your breaker, which, from my understanding, uses all your resources. It uses your 3 bars of meter. It uses all your cameo and stuff like that. So that's good that you can't just, like, all right, I'm getting hit. Let me call my cameo real quick to help me out here. Nah, you gotta use all your resources in order to get yourself out of that. So that's good to know, because in Mortal Kombat 11 with the assist characters, you can call your assist while you're getting fucked up in a combo, and your assist characters will help you, will bail you out of that situation. Know what I mean? So like, and in Mortal Kombat 11, you still had the breakaway and all that, which was its own defensive meter and stuff, but you can still have the assist character come bail you out of certain situations. So this is interesting and good to know.
cannot use them on the ground unless you're going for a wake-up attack. Now, the first thing a player should understand with the cameo fighters is that the attacks a character can do are actually split into 2 categories, a summon or an ambush. Mechanically, there is a distinct difference between them, and that's what I'm going to cover now. An ambush cameo attack is one that sees the cameo fighter perform that special, but there is no movement restriction on the base character you're using. You will be in the middle of a combo string or a jump attack, or even standing there doing nothing, and this cameo attack will not restrict you in any way, and simply appear, do the attack, and retreat.
So the ambush system seems like the one you want to use for extending your combos, or combo starter, or something to that nature. That's what the ambush system is there for. That seems to me like it's probably going to be the most used system, as most people are probably going to want to use their cameos to extend combos and stuff like that. It's the one that happens when the character comes out, throws on an attack while you yourself are still attacking. So
this is designed in such a way that an ambush cameo will aid you in whatever your next plan of attack might be.
Yep.
Possibly the most common use of such an attack will be to make your offense more overwhelming in the form of combos or block pressure. For example, Kano's knife toss is an ambush cameo. Kano will throw 2 knives at the opponent, and these 2 projectiles will help you in many ways. The knives will extend combos in situations that a combo may not have usually been possible, and Sub-Zero's low string here is usually just a knockdown, but pairing it with the Kano projectile at the correct time sees the knives hit the opponent before they hit the ground, allowing...
That's pretty dope, because that means that it basically allowed for a meterless launcher in that situation. Like Sub-Zero, that's a good amount of damage that potentially you don't need any meter for, or just you only need maybe 1 bar of meter if you want to enhance anything. And again, like that's potentially a meterless combo that does a significant amount of damage. I wasn't paying attention if the meter was used there. I need to rewind it and see, but let's see, meter was used there.
Is an ambush cameo. Kano will throw 2 knives at the opponent, and these 2 projectiles will...
Okay, so meter was used there in order to do the ground ice or whatever. So, but he still does a significant
will help you in many
here. He does a significant amount of damage, and the assists allowed to juggle a little bit longer. He could have potentially used another bar there to do even more damage, potentially. Especially if like the ice ball has like a meter or whatever like that. Like he probably could have ended in a way where he could have did an ice ball and then continue to juggle even further. But it allows you to get far more creative with your stuff. So that's actually pretty cool.
the ground, allowing Sub-Zero to turn it into a full combo. This is only possible as the ambush cameo lets you continue to play without movement restrictions, and this is just one instance of many. A summon cameo, however, is mechanically quite different. A summon cameo will see the fighter appear and perform their special as always, but in this case, your base character will be stuck in place for a short time while the special is being performed. Some examples we've already seen of this would be Jack's Energy Wave, Kano Eye Laser, Sonya Energy Ring, or Leg Grab, and that doesn't even mention the trailer characters that have their own selection too. Summon cameos have a lot more of a set purpose in theory, due to the fact that you have to dedicate to these a lot more than an ambush attack. By this, I mean, let's look at Sonya's Leg Grab. This attack will launch the opponent for a combo follow-up, and is used specifically for combos. It doesn't really matter that you're unable to move while she does it, as you can still follow up with a combo extender after this launch has happened. Kano.
Okay. That's pretty cool. That's one we've seen where they just kind of stand there and pose for a bit or whatever. But according to him, I mean, certain characters can do it as a combo launcher. Like I was saying, Kano seems to be more of a combo ender.
Kano's Eye Laser has a large range covered, and it can shut down movement while keeping the opponent standing. Jax's Energy Wave will knock down and send back to mid-screen. But I already know what some of you are thinking. Some of these moves are just single hits and that's it, so why would you ever use these attacks over the other attacks that might be more useful in the middle of a match? Well, that brings me to a summon-specific feature in the game, and that is wake-up attacks. A summon attack from a cameo will act as a wake-up attack when used correctly off the ground. Now, seeing as the game has limited wake-up options, having a summon cameo with a strong wake-up attack is certainly a tool worth considering when entering a fight. Something like the Jack's Energy Wave may seem a bit weak in comparison to his other moves by itself, but it is the only cameo attack that he has that can be used as a wake-up in a desperate situation. On that note, however, a few of the summon cameo attacks will actually change when used as a wake-up, and in this build we got to see a rather clear example of that. Sonya's Leg Grab, it's a summon and it launches them, right? I've already talked about it. So, does she have a launching wake-up from this? No. It splats the opponent on the ground if it's used as a wake-up, which I assume is a rather clear direction behind wake-up attacks that grant the player possibly too much reward. The summon wake-up meta will certainly be interesting here, as usually wake-up attacks are tied to your super meter in MK1, as the only attacks you have normally that can even count as a wake-up attack is an armored special move that you just so happen to use off the ground for the cost of meter. If you have no meter available, this is where the cameo wake-ups will become a lot more useful to you.
Okay, so I'm wondering, now they specifically said the Sonya leg grab. I wonder if that's a situation where like all their moves are available as a wake up, and just like the Jax punch thing is projectile joint is the best for the wake up. That's what I'm more curious about. Is like the cameos on wake up. If you were to do their move on wake up, could you pick and choose the move? Like, if let's say the ground pound, can you do the ground pound on wake up? Is that a thing? Like, they're showing off the projectile that Jax has, and they're saying that it's not really good for anything other than wake up. But then they show the Sonya leg grab, which is a combo extender, but when you do it as a wake up, it just knocks down. So I'm a little confused with that whole situation. Can you use any move, or the wake up attack with the cameo is always the same move? So that's what I'm curious about.
Cameos do a lot more than provide extra attacks. The cameo a player will select is actually a major part of the throw game in Mortal Kombat 1. Here's why. A side-switching throw will always be performed by the base character. However, a forward throw will always be performed by your cameo fighter. This means, should a cameo fighter have a powerful throw, this will be universal to you, no matter the base character that you've selected. Some cameos seem to have unique elements to their throw as well. as in this build, Jax was able to enhance his throw for up to 2 bars of meter, making the throw do more damage and even side switch depending on the meter that you spend on it.
Wait, what? What? So your so your forward throw is your cameo throw, and then your back throw is just your regular throw. Depending on the cameo you have, can significantly improve your throw game. That is actually crazy for me, to the simple fact that, you know, there are some characters that tend to have a really good strike throw game, such as like Kung Lao. Kung Lao is somebody historically who has a really good strike throw game. He's somebody where you don't want to get hit or opened up by him, because it can lead to crazy long damaging combos and stuff like that. But because that happens, it tends to leave people open for a throw a lot of times against Kung Lao, especially like when you think of like Mortal Kombat 11 and stuff like that. Even in MKX, that was the case, if I'm not mistaken. But this is basically what he's saying is, like, certain cameos have an option to, even though they're a forward throw, they can still side switch. You said that with meter, Jax can side switch, which means you can enhance your throw with certain cameos, and it'll maybe change the properties and stuff like that. He said, but with 2 bars of meter with the grab with the Jax can lead to a launch. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. The fact that a throw can lead to a launch that can then lead to like a combo, a full crazy combo. And then you have like your fatal blows, you still have another bar of meter, so you can then extend that combo into what potentially could be a fatal blow, which could lead to an insane amount of imagine losing 50% of your health because you got thrown. Just imagine that shit. Just best believe there's going to be situations like that, where somebody grabs you, they'll use the 2 bars of meter with Jax to bounce you and juggle you, then they combo you into an enhance, maybe pull out the cameo again to extend the combo, and then end that joint with a fatal blow. Just imagine, bro. Like, that's crazy. Holy shit.
Additionally, there is an extra mechanic in place. Should the player use a forward throw while the cameo is in play, the throw becomes a shove that keeps them standing. But you can still hit the opponent with a cameo attack during this state. Kano can use both of his knives and his Kano ball to hit the opponent for free while a throw has come out. It could certainly open up for some
So you can use cameos to kind of interrupt throws and stuff like that. That's not really new. Johnny Cage with his stunt doubles can actually do that. If you call your stunt double out and do a throw or get thrown, it'll interrupt the throw. I don't like that. When he did the Kano joint, it actually knocked the Sub-Zero to the floor, whereas the Liu Kang was left standing and knocked the Sub-Zero to the floor. It kind of looked like Sub-Zero lost his turn in that situation. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it looked like the Sub-Zero might have been in negative frames in that situation, because by the time he got up, like, Liu Kang was already recovered. So I don't know about that. It is cool with the whole Kano ball, where he's able to kind of like charge it and stuff like that. So it could be a situation where you can then, grabs are gonna be OD powerful, bro. Like, I'm just thinking about it right now. Like, the fact that you can like grab them and then just throw them off your grab and stuff like that. If you time your cameo correctly, like for example with that knife throw with Kano, if he was to time that correctly to where he threw Liu Kang off and then Kano hits him with the knife, and then the Sub-Zero can then start the combo, and holy shit, and then just start juggling after that for a full combo. That's crazy. That is crazy to me, bro. Like, that just changes. That makes the throw game so much more terrifying. Like, absolutely horrifying. Holy shit. Like, you can't get thrown in this game. Getting thrown in this game could potentially delete a shit ton of your health, bro. Like, if they do that forward throw and just not not do it, but call the cameo out at the perfect time and just push you, and you get hit by the cameo because like you're probably, there's probably some stun frames in that whole situation, and the person is able to then combo after that. Jesus Christ, you just Jesus Christ, what defense abilities do you have other than Breaker, bro? Like, that's what I need to, like, all of the defense abilities you had in MK11 should be in this game because of all the fucking, all of the offensive abilities they didn't introduce. You can't, that's weird. You can't introduce this many offensive abilities into a game and then severely subtract the defensive abilities that you had from the previous game. That's crazy. That the only thing you have in this particular game is Breaker, right? Whereas in the last game did not have nowhere near the offensive abilities that this game had, but it had far more defensive abilities. That's crazy. I want to see how that shit's gonna work out in this game, bro. I can see people losing it, similar to like MKX. I can see people losing their shit.
Disgusting mix-up options, but of course, we'll just have to find that one out.
That's what I'm talking about. He almost did it right there. Like, instead of like jumping in, had he did something else that was a little bit faster, that could have led to some fucking crazy damage. So he pushes the Liu Kang back.
Options.
The Kano he called him at the perfect fucking time, was able to hit him with the projectile, stunning Liu Kang.
But of course,
instead of like dashing in and then maybe throwing out like a combo or some shit like that, or maybe doing a combo that can reach from this distance, he jumped in for a kick or whatever. Like, he could have did a move that hit Liu Kang from that distance and then began a crazy fucking combo. Mind you, he has full bar too. Full bar. He could have like did a combo into maybe the ground ice or the ice ball or some shit like that, and got a full fucking combo off of this. Like, his Kano meter is pretty low, so he probably wouldn't have been able to use a cameo, but he has full bar meter. So holy shit. That's absolutely fucking terrible. This is basically showing what I was just talking about, in the sense that forward throw can lead to crazy fucking damage.
Of course, we'll just have to find that one out ourselves. The Kameo Fighter is needed to perform the game's combo breaker, and in Mortal Kombat 1, combo breakers are a costly defensive option. You see, breakers work as they have done for many years in this game, and the breaker itself is a lot more like MKX or MK9 than MK11, as the breakaway is no longer present here. This means the breaker works the same way it did in those games, where a player must hold towards and block to execute a combo breaker. But here, they cost more than they ever have before. It costs you all 3 bars of meter, and you need a cameo ready to go, as the Kameo Fighter is the one that performs the combo breaker animation. While this is absolutely the most expensive breaker in the history of Mortal Kombat, you can break more damage than ever before, as in Mortal Kombat 1, fatal blows, which have always been unbreakable up until this point, are now breakable if used in combos. Speaking of fatal blow,
Okay, that's actually pretty fucking cool. That is actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So they definitely made it cost more research. What's good, Baddie Mara? That actually costs far more resources, but the fact that you can break fatal blows makes it worth it. Because usually, at least in Mortal Kombat 11, fatal blows deleted 30+% of your health. If they were to combo into a fatal blow, Jesus Christ, you can delete upwards of 40-50% of somebody's health, depending on the character and the combo you just got hit with. There's certain people who has a combo that can delete 70-80% of your health with a fatal blow. So like that changes everything. I'm good, Mara. You know, streaming a little bit. Might stream some Street Fighter a little bit later, but just getting a little streaming, because you know I'm not gonna be able to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be at RJ's crib tomorrow. I'm heading out to Orlando tomorrow, so you know, for Father's Day and stuff like that. He has a little pool party going on for his daughter and stuff like that. I'm gonna bring my daughter. We're gonna have a good time. You know what I mean? But yeah, this whole I like first of all, I did enjoy breakers better than the breakaway system in Mortal Kombat 11. Breakaway system was kind of shit. I mean, it was kind of shit. Like you can get punished for somebody if they broke away at the right time or whatever. Good. Okay, good. Yeah, you can. So it was kind of shit. Like there were things that I mentioned that they can do to better improve the breakaway system in Mortal Kombat 11. Unfortunately, they never did it. But yeah, breakers was always better. Glad to see it back and glad to see it even more powerful. But it seems like based on how strong the offense is in Mortal Kombat 1, you're going to be using it far more than you otherwise would have. I would love to join you guys. Where do you live exactly? Do you live in Florida? Yo, happy daddy daycare day. Fuck you, Collapse. Fuck you. For all I know, you probably gonna be daycaring your nephew on that day too, so Zal can go get some pussy. But yeah, it'd be cool if you were there too, Mara. I would like to see you there too. It'd be cool to see one of RJ's biggest supporters and one of my biggest supporters, believe it or not. So it'd be cool to see you there. Let me take a quick. Oh, you all the way in Massachusetts? You in Boston, Massachusetts? I actually think I got family in Massachusetts. Actually, I think I got some cousins up there. But I used to live in New York. Like me and RJ, we all used to live in New York. Collapse actually still currently lives in New York, and I know Boston is what, like 4 hours away from New York City. But let me take a quick break.
Motivated, young people, let me get them. I know they hate it cause we winning and motivated, glistening and inundated with swagger. I'm trying to keep with my daughter to hear some bullshit. Not from Chicago, so don't talk to me about bullshit. Niggas in the motherfucking game wanna talk about the swag and the ice and the whips they drive. But a nigga like me getting bread, showing love, so the niggas don't respect my grind. It's going down, chasing the crown. Why could be one of the illest around like Justin Rihanna and Kanye? Nigga, I'm running the town. Slow it down, my work was tight, so you can cut the give you a dog. I'm Michael V. I take a nigga girl, I don't play fair. I take him to the bedroom, and they stay there. Only in the climb, give me mine. Running out of time, money on the line. Gotta shine, give it a look out when I try, won't stop. Vision in my mind, rockstar on top. Wait a minute, when a nigga really get it, I'ma go off. I gotta prove it to him. I think I'm MJ. I'm trying to eat, you trying to sleep. If you a dog, then I'm a beast.
Alright, I'm back. Me, no way. Yeah, you are one of the bigger supporters. I'm a really small channel. Especially compared to like RJ's. Like I'm tiny. I only have like 420 something subscribers. His hand is all he needs. Are you talking about masturbating or fighting? Collapse? Like I don't know what you mean exactly by that. I'm assuming you mean masturbating, which who says I use my hands to masturbate? You know, I'm flexible, Collapse. I'm flexible. I'm 3 hours from New York. Yeah. I used to I have family in Boston. So what's Collapse? What Collapse? Collapse is the moderator. He's talking in the chat right now.
The big standout super move of the game is back, where at roughly 30% health or lower, a fatal blow can be used by pressing both of the shoulder buttons at the same time.
What, Mel? I'm not about to repeat that. I like the fact that they did what I felt that they should have did with Mortal Kombat 11, where the fatal blows just don't come out anymore. There's like a little cinematic thing, which like Injustice 2 actually had. They should have brought that to Mortal Kombat 11. Instead of doing updates, I wish they would have supported Mortal Kombat 11 better, bro. There's so much stuff that they added to this game that I prayed to God that they should have added to MK11. But unfortunately, they didn't. They added it to this game. But I'm glad to see it. The fact that you can't just willy-nilly pop fatal blows and stuff like that and get the win. That there's a little cinematic joint to it. I'm telling. Who you telling?
There isn't much
Who you telling, Mara?
need to go into detail here, as the reason I bring it up is because both you and your cameo fighter will take it in turns to perform separate animations during this state. And truthfully, it's unclear if this is just for cinematic purposes or if some cameo fighters have more damage in their portion of the super move than others. We will just have to wait and see.
I doubt it. I can't see a cameo just certain cameos just doing more. I can't see the fatal blow doing more than what it is, even though certain people's fatal blow in Mortal Kombat 11 did a little bit more, but we just talking about maybe 1% or 2 more. Don't you worry. That's what RJ be saying. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry. That's what RJ be saying all the time.
The cameo is not immune to being
RJ's that dude, bro. RJ's the man. I fucks with my cousin.
hit by the opponent's attacks.
Like the other cousin you need to meet, which I know you've heard him on streams with RJ before, is my brother Nono. Like Nono, he's another, like him and Nono, Nono and RJ together. Jesus Christ, dude, you gotta. That's a good time right there. That's a good time.
If your cameo comes into play and gets hit by something, the player will take a small portion of damage and the cameo is forced to retreat. The big penalty here is that should a cameo take a hit, they are unable to be...
Oh, okay. So this is something I did not know. RJ is a weirdo. You think RJ is a weirdo? OMG, no one wants to marry me. What? Where the hell did that come from? Nobody wants to marry you. I think people are just gonna find it more and more difficult to get married nowadays. Is this? I think that's just how it is. Like less men want to be married. To be fair though, like as a man, there's not much benefits to marriage as a man. Like there's not really much benefits. You got some certain tax breaks and shit like that, but other than that, like there's not much benefits, but there is massive consequences to being married. A wife can really, a divorce can really ruin a man. So not really much incentive for men to get married. Your brother wants to marry me? My brother? I doubt it. My brother doesn't want to get married.
Used for a short time. Now we counted roughly 5 or so seconds.
So, okay, so what he was saying is if your cameo gets hit, you take small damage, which is that's kind of weird, but you can't use your cameo for about 5 seconds. That's different from the assist characters in Mortal Kombat 11. The Mortal Kombat 11 assist characters cannot be hit at all. So that's actually different. I kind of like that. I kind of like the fact that you just can't be spamming your cameo characters. There is consequence to spamming your cameo characters. The fact that you do take a small amount of damage and you lose access to them for a certain amount of time. I do like that.
But as it's an early build, we're definitely not going to give you guaranteed numbers. It is simply far too early for that.
I hope they keep
the cameo taking a hit, however, is more...
I actually hope that they make it longer. I hope they make it longer than 5 seconds. I hope if your cameo character gets hit, it's like 10 seconds. This way, like, you use your cameo characters wisely.
Multi-layered in its utility. Yes, you take a small portion of damage. And yes, the cameo is out of action for a short time.
What the fuck was that? Why did Sub-Zero fall back like that?
In its utility. Yes.
So I like, well, it was kind of late, but...
You take a small portion of damage.
Oh, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, so he hit the Liu Kang player. He hit the Liu Kang player, but Kano's swords kind of bounced him back.
Damage. And yes,
granted, he still had the plus frames because he got up before the Liu Kang player, but I don't like that. It completely eliminated his combo potential.
the Kameo is out of action for a short time, but the Kameo takes the hit instead of you if you're in front of a projectile or something. And this is where potential strategy develops. Should you be against a ranged character or someone with a good projectile?
See, in that situation, the Kameo took the hit, but the Liu Kang player whiffed the attack anyway.
This is where potential strategy.
He's saying this is where potential strategy comes in. The Liu Kang player just whiffed the attack. So like so in that situation, the Sub-Zero player just took damage for no fucking reason. For no reason. And he lost access to his Kameo character for no reason. Like that was a terrible situation actually. Cause like the Liu Kang player whiffed. Like, if the Kameo character didn't come out, like, the Sub-Zero player wouldn't have taken any damage and would have still had access to his Kameo character.
He develops.
See? See, the Liu Kang player completely whiffed. He jumped. He's up in the air. He's up in the air, and the Kameo player is taking a hit. He's taking the slight damage. And he's also losing access to his Kameo character now. That sucks. That sucks.
Should you be against a ranged character or someone?
Granted, again, but I do like that in the sense that there's a consequence. You're not able to just spam your character like that.
One with a good projectile, there's always a chance that the Kameo gets summoned, absorbs the hit, and leaves you free to continue moving forward. I do wonder if one day we'll see that as a potential strategy in key situations. Now, at this stage, I really want to dive into what the Kameo system can do for the combo game. And not only that, but the pressure and the mix-ups that can follow. Because this is where, from an execution standpoint, the Kameo system truly thrives. Ambush Kameos are key to on-the-spot conversions or grounded combos and setups, and the Kameo will be super important for how you want to play the game. And instead of explaining the theory behind it, I just want to give you a selection of examples instead. The combos you've likely seen the most from the capture session at Summer Game Fest involve Sub-Zero and Sonya, the reason being that Sonya is able to use her Square Wave Assist, which is an ambush attack, to continue air juggles that Sub-Zero can set up. In many examples, the combo in question tends to be a Sub-Zero ground freeze, a pop-up in...
So that's basically 30% off of one bar.
To a 1-2 ground bounce, and this is where the Sonya assist will connect and keep the opponent in the air for long enough that Sub-Zero can comfortably re-jump
27% with one bar
and then hit some more.
Granted, whenever Sub-Zero uses his ice attacks, it tends to scale the damage, so it's similar to Scorpion's Spear.
Damage into either an air combo ender or a dive kick into a grounded finish, all of which doing respectable damage. Another thing Ambush Kameos can do is provide more hits in a combo where specials that would otherwise not link together.
Did I just see what I think I just saw? Did Sub-Zero just doing... Did he freeze Liu Kang into another freeze move? That hasn't been possible since what, Mortal Kombat 1? Like, I don't even think that was possible in the original Mortal Kombat 1, actually. Like, he froze Sub-Zero twice? Does my eyes deceive me?
Another thing Ambush Kameos can do
Does Sub-Zero freeze Liu Kang twice?
is provide more hits in a combo where specials that would otherwise not...
He froze him twice. He froze him twice. Why would he... How many bars did they use up?
Kameos can do is provide more hits in a combo where specials that would otherwise not link together will actually do so. In this
I'm confused. Why did he use the bar? He only had one bar right there. And he already froze him. Why would he use the bar to ground ice freeze him?
example, Sonya's Square Wave assist provides extra juggle time for a grounded Sub-Zero freeze to work without dropping. Sad.
So you can constantly freeze people in this game? That's sounds kind of broken, bro.
We were unable to capture my next example in this way, but a grounded Sub-Zero string into a freeze usually doesn't work, as the ice ball takes way too long to start up. But if you use Kano's knife assist at the right time, it will let a grounded string into regular freeze work, as the two knives will actually fill that gap that would otherwise drop the ice ball in the combo. Liu Kang has a bunch of strings that will take the opponent off the ground after a few hits, and usually Liu Kang has to perform various special moves to launch them here, but something like a Jack's air grab will pick them up for a juggle without needing a special move to do so. Kitana has a fair few instances where Sonya's square wave appears to give some more combo possibilities, but truthfully we haven't seen a huge amount of Kitana, so I'm certainly not going to say for sure how dependent Kitana will be for cameo assists in her launching game. Most characters do appear to be just fine by themselves after all. Now, Kano really does give the extra options when it comes to combos and setups, as his knife toss, as I've said earlier, can cause otherwise uncomboable strings to actually combo into something else. Doing this with Sub-Zero gives the character a full combo off both the overhead and low options, which is very scary to begin with. But even then, Kano's Kano Ball assist is an ambush move and can be held down to charge it and then released at will. My point here is that Sub-Zero can use Kano Kameo to aid in the combos from all mix-up options, and then you can end the combo with a Kano Ball that's being charged, where Sub-Zero can mix you up with low, overhead or throw, and if blocked, Kano Ball is let go to prevent the opponent from punishing you. And this is
and this is what I was talking about earlier. You can use cameos to basically keep any unsafe move safe, basically. So that won't deter you from doing an unsafe move. Because that's one of the things, especially like in Mortal Kombat 11, some people won't use certain strings because they're very unsafe. Although those certain strings can be really good, but because they're unsafe, most people won't use them. So in this game, you can use your cameos to keep your unsafe string safe. That's dope.
Just the beginning of the wild, aggressive options MK1 might grant you as a player. There is no doubt that there's more to cover, more to find, and with the fact that we've only seen a tiny selection of characters so far, that the cameo system will have even more to offer when the game fully launches in September. But with the Summer Games Fest build, it certainly felt like enough to start you on your journey of understanding just how everything works. Thank you again to Warner Bros. UK for the capture session, and thank you all for watching. Take care, and we'll...
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Definitely check out Catch Up and Mustard's channel. Really good channel. Catch Up and Mustard's OG, triple OGs in this Mortal Kombat Nether realm. Definitely check them out. We're going to end the video there. They kind of broke down a lot. I put my 2 cents in, but yeah, what do y'all think of the cameo system? Leave it in the comments below. I want to know, do you like it? Do you hate it? I'm kind of, as of right now, I'm a bit indifferent about it. It's like, it's all right. It seems like a cool mechanic. It's not my type of mechanic, but I do want to try it out. Maybe it's something I can learn to love. We'll see. In the meantime, definitely like, share, subscribe, favorite, all that good stuff.
Boys in the hood with big dreams of being superstars. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't.